So phasor representation of a sine wave is nothing but we are representing the alternating quantity graphically by a straight line. Say I have a sine wave. Waveform representation this is. The sinusoidally varying alternating quantity. This is the waveform. Now I want to represent this waveform in the form of phasor. So phasor means it is represented with a straight line. The straight line consisting of an arrow is nothing but the phasor. And the length of this arrow indicates the value of this. Suppose if this waveform is voltage waveform and this is Vm. So the length of the arrow indicates that Vm value. This phasor representation is similar to your vector representation. And this line is called the phasor. And one more assumption in this phasors or phasor diagrams, that is all the phasors are rotate in anti-clockwise direction with a constant speed. The phasors are assumed to be rotate in anti-clockwise direction. If you have one waveform, you can represent the waveform in terms of phasor like this. A straight line consisting of an arrow. This is the phasor of this waveform. Suppose if you have two waveforms and one waveform is lagging with respect to the other and one is leading with respect to the other, then how can we represent? Then it is called the phasor diagram then. If you have more than one waveform, then if you draw the phasors, altogether is called phasor diagram. So lagging phasor, leading phasor, I will show you that also. So before going to that, first see this one. I have a sinusoidal varying alternating quantity. This one I am representing with phasors. If the waveform is at 0 position, the phasor will be like this. And if the waveform is at this position, so this is the position of the phasor. Next, at this position again 0. So this phasor will come to this position, exactly opposite to this. Next, at this position, the waveform is at this position. Then the phasor will be like this. Is he admitted or not? No one is here. Ask him to join again. Join. So I will repeat again. How the phasors are rotating in anti-clockwise direction, that's what I am representing here. So this is the sine wave, and I want to represent the phasor for this. The circle at this position, let us assume this is position A. At this position, the phasor is this A, and next at this position, the phasor of this waveform is B. Let us assume this is position B. See, the phasors are rotating in anti-clockwise direction. Next, at this position, let us assume this is position C. So this is at position C. This is the phasor. And what is this? This is the angle. Suppose here the angle is 45 degrees. Then this angle is 45. Here it is phi. The angle between A and B is phi. Then it is phi. This one. So the angle is nothing but the angular difference between these two. And this is the phasor position. And next, at this position, let us assume this is D. This will be your phasor. So in the same way, the phasors are all rotating in the anti-clockwise direction. If we draw the phasors at each and every instant of time for this sinusoidal waveform, all the phasors are rotating in anti-clockwise direction. You will get the phasors like this. And come back to this A position again. So remember this one, all the phasors are rotating in anti-clockwise direction. Now let us see what is meant by phasor diagram. This phasor diagram is very important. If you didn't understand at any point of time, please ask me and listen carefully. So phasor diagram means in which different alternating quantities, and all the alternating quantities have same frequency and same nature, that is sinusoidal nature only. If all the quantities are in sinusoidal nature and all the waveforms have same frequency, then those phasors can be represented as an individual phasors. Yes, and altogether is called the phasor diagram. Suppose I have two quantities, voltage and current. These two are alternating quantities. That means these two are the sinusoidally varying alternating quantities. And the phase angle difference between these two is 90 degrees. Phase angle difference means the angular difference between the voltage and current is 90 degrees. and current is lagging in nature with respect to voltage. Now I have to draw the phasor diagram for this information. I have two alternating quantities. So when you can draw the phasor diagram, if you have different alternating quantities in the diagram and all the quantities have the same frequency and sinusoidal in nature, then those can be represented as a individual phasors and indicating the phasor interrelationship is known as the phasor diagram. So I will draw the phasor diagram for this. All the phasor diagrams will draw with respect to a reference. Here I have two alternating quantities. With respect to the positive x-axis, I will draw the phasor. Let us assume this is positive x-axis. Voltage phasor. Here it is indicating that current is lagging in nature. Current is lagging means obviously voltage is leading. Voltage leading means that is a positive phasor. So you have to draw above this positive x-axis. So this is voltage phasor. Then what about current? Current is lagging. Lagging nature means that is negative. Negative means you have to draw below the x-axis with some angle. And it is clearly indicating that the phase angle difference between voltage and current is 90 degrees. So you have to draw these two phasors at an angle of 90. First, draw whether the phasor is positive phasor or negative phasor. Positive phasor means it is a leading phasor. Negative phasor means it is lagging phasor. Negative phasor means you have to draw below the x-axis. Positive phasor means you have to draw above the x-axis. And the angle between this voltage and current is 90 degrees. This is current phasor. And this I can also draw in another way. I won't take the x-axis as reference. I will take voltage as reference phasor. This is voltage phasor, Vm. And one more phasor is current phasor, that is Im. Then where I have to draw the current phasor? Below this Vm or above this Vm? Below. Lagging nature means it should be behind this voltage phasor. This is Im and by an angle of 90 degrees. The current is lagging the voltage by an angle of 90 degrees. Now this is the phasor diagram. You can draw like this also or you can draw like this. In most of the cases we will use this one only, phasor diagram. We won't use this one. Positive x-axis reference we won't take. In our all the subjects, electrical machines and measurements, in all the subjects the phasor diagrams will be drawn like this. So any one of the quantity will be taken as a reference in the two quantities and the remaining one we can draw it whether it is lagging or leading. Suppose if current is leading, then how can you draw? Above the reference. If current is leading, you have to draw like this. If all the phasors are rotating in anti-clockwise direction, if you see this one, this Im is behind this voltage phasor. So that's why it is lagging. And coming to this, here Im is leading we are saying. If you see these phasors are rotating in anti-clockwise direction, this Vm is behind this Im. So that's why Vm is lagging and Im is leading. యాంటీ క్లాక్ వైజ్ డైరెక్షన్లో రొటేట్ అవుతుంది అంటే ఏది ఫస్ట్ ఉంటే అది లీడింగ్లో ఉన్నట్టు, దాని వెనకున్నది లాగింగ్లో ఉన్నట్టు. సో ఇఫ్ ద ఫేజర్ is ahead of the reference then it is leading. If the phasor is behind the reference then it is lagging. Is it clear? So I will give you one more problem. Try to draw the phasor diagram. Voltage equation I am giving Vm sin omega t, and current equation Im sin omega t plus 45 degrees. These two are the equations we have. I am not saying whether it is lagging or leading, just I am giving the equation. Draw the phasor diagram for these two. ఎవరైనా డ్రా చేశారా? First tell me the current phasor is lagging or leading? Current waveform. So, yes, very good. Plus sign indicates the current is leading and the angle is 45 degrees. That means the phase angle difference between voltage and current is 45. Why? Because voltage 0 degrees, current is 45. So I will take the voltage phasor as reference phasor. This is Vm. Current leading means you have to draw ahead of this voltage phasor and the angle is 45 degrees. This is Im. So this is the phasor diagram for these two equations. Suppose if there is no phase difference, yes. So I will give you one problem first. I have two alternating quantities. I1 is equal to 10 sine omega t plus pi by 3 and I2 is equal to 15 sine omega t minus pi by 4. Calculate the phase difference between them. And draw the phasor diagram. Here we have two quantities I1 and I2. So no quantity, no alternating quantity is starting at 0 position. This is at pi by 3 and this is at minus pi by 4. So now in this case take the positive x-axis as a reference. Then you can draw the phasor diagram. So I am taking positive x-axis as the reference. I1, the sign is plus. Plus means it is above x-axis or below? Above the x-axis. And what is the angle? Pi by 3 means 60 degrees. Next I2 minus sign means it is below the x-axis. So 45 degrees. Im value we have 15. So this is I1 waveform, I1 phasor, and this is I2 phasor. Now what is the phase angle difference between these two? Phase difference 15 degrees. What is the total phase angle difference between these two? Yes, 105 degrees. That is the phase angle difference. Why are you subtracting these two? Phase angle difference between these two 60 ఉంది ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడికి 45 ఉంది. So total phase angle difference from this current to this current is 105. 60 plus 45. So that is 105 degrees. So this is phasor diagram and this is the phase difference between those two quantities. Just see a zero phase difference. I am considering two quantities. One is voltage. Equation is Vm sin omega t. And current equation I is equal to Im sin omega t. And let Vm greater than Im. I told you the length of the phasor indicates this value Vm and Im. In the above phasor diagram, here this is 10 and this is 15. So which one must be greater phasor? This 15 phasor. You have to represent this phasor length must be greater than this I1 phasor. Why? Because 15 value is more than 10. So the length of the phasor must be more than this I1 phasor. So while representing in the phasor diagram, you have to keep it in mind. So I am considering these two quantities and Vm is greater than Im. That means voltage length of voltage phasor is greater than current phasor. Now I want to represent these two in waveform representation as well as phasor representation. Then how can we represent in waveform representation? First I am drawing the voltage phasor. This is Vm. Next, current waveform. So where I have to start the current phasor? See, there is no phase angle difference between these two. Omega t plus or minus 5, phi value 0 here. For I also, phi value 0. Both are starting at the same 0 position. There is no phase angle difference between those two. So at the same position, the current phasor will also start. But the length of the current phasor is smaller than the voltage phasor. So Im is lesser than Vm. So somewhat lesser than Vm. You have to draw. So this is your Im phasor. There is no phase angle difference. At what position the Vm phasor starts, the same position the current phasor will also start. And at what position Vm is the maximum value, at the same position Im will also get the maximum value. So phase difference ఏమీ ఉండదు. That is called zero phase difference. This is the waveform representation. Now coming to the phasor representation. How can you draw the phasor diagram for this? First I will draw the voltage phasor. This is Vm. Then what about Im? Where I have to draw Im? Above or below? Below. How can you know it is below? If you are drawing the current phasor below means it is lagging. Is it lagging, the current phasor? Lagging nature? Huh? It's not lagging nature and it's not leading nature. There is no phase angle difference between the voltage and current. Phase angle difference is 0. So on the same phasor of the voltage phasor, you have to draw the current phasor, and but length of the current phasor must be less than this voltage phasor. So this is your current phasor and this is your voltage phasor, and this is called zero phase difference, or these two, voltage and current, are called as those two are in phase with each other. That means on the same phase. Those two are on the same phase. In phase or zero phase difference. So this is a waveform representation, and this is phasor diagram or phasor representation. Do you understand? And already you know about the lagging phase difference and leading phase difference. Now I will give you the lagging phase difference. So draw the waveform as well as the phasor diagram. Lagging phase difference means there is a phase difference between the two alternating quantities and one of them is lagging with respect to the other. So for this also I am assuming the two alternating quantities, voltage and current. So let us assume V is Vm sin omega t and I is Im sin omega t minus phi. And here also the voltage phasor is greater than the current phasor. Now draw the waveform and phasor diagram. So try to draw it unless you can't understand. If you practice, then only you can understand. First draw the voltage waveform. Why? Because the voltage waveform we can take it as a reference. It starts at zero position. So at zero position, the voltage phasor, voltage waveform started, and this is the maximum value of the voltage Vm. Now what about the current? Where I have to start the current phasor? Yes, on the negative side it will start. Why? Because it is minus sign. Minus sign means lagging. And what is the phase angle difference here? Phi. So this is the phase angle difference between voltage and current. And this is Im. So it is clearly observed that this Im value is lesser than Vm, or Vm is greater than Im. And the phase angle difference between voltage waveform and current waveform is phi. Now draw the phasor diagram. Take voltage phasor as a reference phasor. In the positive x-axis direction, you can draw the voltage phasor. This is Vm. Next, current phasor below. Why? Because it is lagging, minus sign. And phase angle difference between these two is phi. So this is Vm and this is Im. See the length also. I had drawn lesser than this Vm. You should clearly indicate that the length of the phasors. Vm is greater than, you have to draw the length of the phasor must be more than this Im. So this is the phasor diagram. In the same way, draw it for leading phase difference. For leading phase difference, again assume V is Vm sine omega t and current equation Im sine omega t plus phi. This plus sign indicates this is in leading nature. And again Vm is greater than Im. So these are the equations. Now draw the waveform and phasor diagram. First I am drawing Vm voltage phasor. So where I have to start the current phasor. On the positive side. So this is Im. So current phasor is Im sine omega t plus phi. So this plus sign indicates that it is leading nature or on the positive axis you have to draw. This is current phasor. Negative means on the negative side you have to draw the waveform. You have to start the waveform. So this is leading waveform representation. Then what about this phasor diagram? First draw the voltage phasor. This is the reference phasor. Next current phasor is plus Im sine omega t plus phi. Plus indicates that it is leading. So you have to draw the phasor ahead of this reference phasor. So realization, this is Im. And the phase angle difference between these two is phi. This is the reference phasor and this is your current phasor. So current is leading with respect to the voltage. Or you can say in another way also. Voltage is lagging with respect to the current. Do you understand this one? Im is leading. If you take the reference as Vm, with respect to Vm, Im is leading. Or Vm, voltage is lagging with respect to current. Voltage lagging ante meaning ante current leading kane kada automatic. So we can say that equation in two ways. Is it clear? Lagging phase difference, leading phase difference, and how to draw the phasor diagram?